Hello everybody. I am making a 4mm beaded bracelet. This one here is not a 4mm, it's an 8mm beaded bracelet. I added 2 sandblasted beads to it and a disco bead. I'm going to be carrying these in my shop. So this is this is an 8mm, and this is a 6mm. And this one is a 5mm. And based on the size of the hole in your bead, depends upon what size chain you want to use to actually thread through your bracelet. If you're making this on your own, you want to make sure that you get end caps and a clasp and jump rings. Your clasp, I like to recommend that people use a clasp that is complementary to complements the size of the beads that you're using. You don't want to use a large clasp and you have tiny beads, or vice versa. So you just want to keep it consistent. So what I'm doing now, this is a small chain. It's like probably a 0.7mm cable chain. So it's thin, but it's strong because it's a cable chain. And what I did was add this cord. I threaded it. I thread the cord, the beading wire through the chain so that it allows for me to be able to thread the beads onto the chain easier. Oop. And so I'm going to add the beads that I have left, excuse me, onto the needle, and then I'm going to thread and add end caps to them and finish them off. I'm making this video short so that, I know people got things to do. Let me see here. So I'm going to take this and hold it at the end, not at close to the top, but closer to the bottom. Here. And then take the chain and insert it into the hole. So I can then, and that's another thing, you want to make sure the end cap you get is also conducive to the size chain that you get. So what I mean by that is, let me see here, let me tug on it and pulling on it to make sure. All right, and you see how I'm only pinching the bottom part of it? That's all you really want to pinch. All right, and then it'll make it snug in there. So what I mean by that is if you have to utilize a larger chain, for instance, okay, then you want to get an end cap that would be able to hold that chain. So I'm about to show you what I mean by that is this is a 1.5mm in a diameter, and that I used for this chain, which is a snake chain, which is 1.2mm in width and diameter. So I put it in this because it's larger. It's a larger chain, so the chain has to be able to fit in the end cap. Now that this is attached to here, what I'm going to do is use because this is a 3mm bead, I'm going to use a 3mm jump ring to attach the clasp to it. So I don't have my regular tools up here with me, but I should be able to get this to work. All right, so this is a jump ring, an open jump ring. Now I'm gonna open some, and I'm gonna attach this end, and then I'm gonna attach this. Here is a tag that lets you know it's sterling silver. And I'm gonna attach to this as well, and then close it back. Okay, so as you can see, it's closed. Okay. And then I am going to use another 3mm jump ring, open jump ring, to add the clasp to. And I mean this. And then I'll use that jump ring to actually add the closed jump ring to the other end. So I'm opening it. I'm gonna put it on the other end here of this tag. And then close it. And as you can see, I'm pinching it closed. And as you can see, and I'm about to show you in a minute when I show you, the clasp is size appropriate to the size of the bracelet, meaning the beads on the bracelet. Now, so that there's a ring on the other end that is not open so that it won't come apart when the lobster claw clasp is attached to it. Again, this is like a 6mm. Chain. I am going to attach the 6mm closed jump ring to the other end so that the lobster claw clasp can have something to attach itself to. Now, granted, I could use this end cap, but I don't want to. I want to, sorry, because it's closed, so it's not open, but I don't want to do that. So I am going to add this jump ring, so I can add this closed jump ring, 5mm in size. It's not that large, to this. I'm gonna put this down and put this on. I don't have the tool I would normally use to do this with, so I apologize. But you get the gist. I still can get it done. Close it back. And now it's closed, or somewhat closed, but I will close it so you can see, because that's very important. You don't want pieces falling off. And so I'll pinch it softly to close it. Okay, now it's closed. Okay, and so now when you go to clasp your bracelet, have a closed jump ring to attach it to, and this is what it'll end up like. And then you'll wear your bracelet, and I say leave a little bit of room just to allow your beads to travel freely. So thank you for sitting in with me while I make my sterling silver beaded bracelets on sterling silver chain. I will be making my waist beads, my higher end waist beads this way as well, along with my necklaces, because it allows for the opportunity for the item to last a very long time, because the chain is stronger than, say, a beading wire. It's more durable is what I should say, than a beading wire or using elastic. So going forward, a lot of the items that I make will be made on chains. Thank you. Have a great day.